Yasodhanandana Vraja-jana-ranjana Yamunatira-vanachari Yamunatira-vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Vraja-jana-ranjana Yasodhanandana Vraja-jana-ranjana Yamunatira-vanachari Yamunatira-vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ Paramahamsa Ashotara Sri Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Esi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ Ashotara Sri Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta-kāle Vaishnava Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai. Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Samvadavatis. All glories to the Samvadavatis. All glories to the Samvadavatis. All glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasya Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi. Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvesesha Sunyavadi. Paschatya Devatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 4th Skanda, 5th chapter, sloka number 10. The chapter is entitled Frustration of the Sacrifice of Daksha. Frustration means demolition. Yaha tu anta-kāle vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ sva-śūla-sūci-arpita-dig-gajendraḥ vitatya nṛtyati udita astra dor-dhvajān ucca aṭṭa-hāsa stanayitnu-bhinna-dik. Anta-kāle vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ sva-śūla-sūcy-arpita-dig-gajendraḥ vitatya nṛtyati uditāstra-dor-dhvajān uccāṭṭa-hāsa stanayitnu-bhinna-dik. Anta-kāle vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ sva-śūla-sūcy-arpita-dig-gajendraḥ vitatya nṛtyati uditāstra-dor-dhvajān uccāṭṭa-hāsa stanayitnu-bhinna-dik. Anta-kāle vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ sva-śūla-sūcy-arpita-dig-gajendraḥ vitatya nṛtyati uditāstra-dor-dhvajān uccāṭṭa-hāsa stanayitnu-bhinna-dik. Vaishnavis, Yaha, who Lord Shiva, two, but anta-kāle, at the time of dissolution, vyupta, having scattered vyupta-jaṭā-kalāpaḥ, his bunch of hair, sva-śūla, his own trident, sūci, on the points, arpita, pierced, dik-gajendraḥ, the rulers of the different directions, vitatya, scattering, nṛtyati, dances, udita, upraised, astra, weapons, doho, hands, dhvajān, flags, ucca, loud, aṭṭa-hāsa, laughing, stanayitnu, by the thundering sound, bhinna, divided, dik, the directions. Translation: at the time of dissolution, Lord Shiva's hair is scattered, and he pierces the rulers of the different directions with his trident. He laughs and dances proudly, scattering their hands like flags, as thunder scatters the clouds all over the world. Please repeat. At the time of dissolution, Lord Shiva's hair is scattered, and he pierces the rulers of the different directions with his trident. He laughs and dances proudly, scattering their hands like flags, as thunder scatters the clouds all over the world. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Prasuti, who appreciated the power and strength of her son-in-law, Lord Shiva, is describing what he does at the time of dissolution. This description indicates that the strength of Lord Shiva is so great that Daksha's power could not be set in comparison to it. At the time of dissolution, Lord Shiva, with his trident in hand, dances over the rulers of the different planets, and his hair is scattered, just as the clouds are scattered over all directions in order to plunge the different planets into incessant torrents of rain. In the last phase of dissolution, all the planets become inundated with water, and that inundation is caused by the dancing of Lord Shiva. Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. This dance is called the Pralaya dance, or Dance of Dissolution. Prasuti could understand that the dangers ahead resulted not only from Daksha's having neglected her daughter, but also because of his neglecting the prestige and honor of Lord Shiva. Om Ajnana Timidandasya Jnanam Jana Sarakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Yutam Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Sahitana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhyai Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are discussing about the Daksha Yajna, and then in the previous chapter, the passing away of Sati, the wife of Lord Shiva, because she was very much offended by her father's behavior, who had neglected completely Lord Shiva and herself, but especially because of his insulting Lord Shiva, she became very much upset to the point of giving up her body in the presence of Daksha and all those who attended the yajna. So, in consequence of Sati's passing away, Lord Shiva came to know, being informed by Narada Muni. And hearing about this unfortunate event, Lord Shiva became very angry, and he took away one of his hair, and that produced a very fearful demon. His name was Virabhadra. And that demon started very quickly, after offering obeisances to Lord Shiva, circumambulating Lord Shiva and asking from him, what can I do next? Then Lord Shiva told him, you go to Daksha Yajna and destroy it. So he just went there, and now he's arriving. Just before he arrives, so many natural disturbances are taking place, and everybody is wondering what's happening. Some may be thinking that some tufan is coming, tornado, or something like that. But Prasuti, she could understand better than the others that because of Daksha's behavior, now the happenings are becoming very dangerous, and this is just like the end of the world, when Lord Shiva is destroying the entire universe. So this is the description here of the Lord Shiva destroying the entire universe. So the situation is just like that. Lord Shiva is looking after the destruction of the universe, inasmuch as Lord Brahma is the creator, Lord Vishnu being the maintainer, but actually Lord Vishnu is the complete superintendent of the universe, and he is directing creation, maintenance, and dissolution, but he is giving the charge of dissolution to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is famous for his Tandava Nritya. Lord Shiva is in this way at the end of the world. He is dancing, laughing, his hair is scattered, and by the movement of his body, by the energy that emanates from his body, the entire universe is completely disturbed. The clouds of rain are going everywhere. There is incessant rain, and after the fire that emanates from his third eye, that is opened at that time, that is the eye that is responsible for the burning of the entire universe. Then when everything is into flame, then the rain starts all over the universe, and everything comes underwater. So that is the dissolution. In the Bhagavad Gita, I was referring to sloka. There are different slokas mentioning the state of dissolution. But Lord Krishna says clearly that I am the one who is engineering the dissolution of the world. In the 7th chapter, 6th sloka, Lord Krishna says, Etad yonini bhutani sarvani ityupadharaya aham krishnasya jagataha prabhava pralayastata. All created beings have their source in these two natures, of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world. Know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. So Lord Krishna is the source of everything, all the material elements at the time of creation coming together by the glance of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, and the material energy and the time factor come into effect, and gradually all the living entities assume different bodies under the supervision of Lord Brahma, who is the first created being. So Lord Brahma supervises the process of what is called secondary creation. Primary creation is the appearance of the elements and the time factor, and the secondary creation is a coming together of these different elements in order to produce different planets, different types of bodies, and so on, according to the earlier karma of the living entities. So in this way, Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna here in the Bhagavad Gita says that I am the source of all the emanation, maintenance, and dissolution of the universe, matter and spirit. So through his different energies, Lord Krishna is the chief engineer, but he entrusts the secondary creation and secondary dissolution to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So why is there dissolution? That is the law of the material world. Whatever is created, sometimes after some time of maintenance, is bound to be dissolved or destroyed. Just like this body is also coming up at a certain time, and it is maintained for certain duration of life. Just like the car manufacturer, they will tell the customer that this car is meant to run for 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs kilometers. If it is a very good car, maybe 3 lakhs, but not more than that. Then it will come to an end, even after so many repairs. But you cannot, the car is not meant to go for longer than that. So 20, 30 years of use, then the car is over. It is destroyed. Similarly, everything that is material is also bound to end at a certain time that is fixed by the manufacturer. So Lord Krishna knows everything, how long the universe is going to remain. That is already mentioned in the Shastras, including the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna says that the duration of life of Lord Brahma, that is 1,000 Mahayugas. 1,000 Mahayugas means Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali, together multiplied by 1,000. That means 12 hours of Lord Brahma. That is the day of Lord Brahma. And his night is also of the same duration. So the Lord Brahma lives 100 years. In this way, 24 hours multiplied by 30 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 100. That is the duration of the universe. And during the day of Brahma, different sets of demigods are appearing and disappearing, including the Manus. So there are 14 Manus in one day, or 12 hours of Lord Brahma. That means every Manu lives for about 71 Mahayugas, a combination of 4 yugas. So everything is regulated and going on under the supervision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a very timely creation and destruction. One may ask, why is there destruction? What is the benefit if the Lord is all merciful? Why does he destroy the universe? But that is also a great boon for the living entities who are struggling very hard in this material world. We are working ceaselessly for our own maintenance and trying to find some happiness, because we are all bewildered. So under this bewilderment that is also caused by the Lord, the living entity become eventually very tired. And just like everybody is taking rest in the night, we are tired of the daytime. We want nighttime also. So similarly, the universe composed of all the living entities become very tired. And all the aggregate of living entities, they just want to sleep. So at that time, the Lord is very kind and puts everybody under sleep for 100 years of Brahma. And then again, there is creation. So daytime, nighttime, being active in the daytime, sleeping in the nighttime, this is our life, the conditioned soul. In the spiritual world, there is no question of taking rest because of being tired. We don't get tired, we don't get annoyed in any manner. And the living entities there, liberated souls, they are constantly engaged in the Lord's service, and they feel more and more blissful at every moment. But here, this is the opposite. We feel less and less blissful, and then at the end, we welcome the destruction of the world. So this is Lord Vishnu's or Lord Krishna's mercy upon the conditioned souls, that they are allowed to take rest for a considerable time, and then again coming out of the body of the universal form, again resuming their conditioned life. So Lord Shiva is agent in the service of the Lord, and the way he is doing it is very extraordinary. Nobody can match the power of destruction of Lord Shiva, as Prasuti understands very clearly that my husband Daksha is most insignificant. He is just like a plaything in the hands of Lord Shiva. And so why should Daksha be so neglectful, be so offensive? If Daksha has committed such a great offense, then this Daksha Yagya and everything will be destroyed. Nobody can stop the anger of Lord Shiva. So this is the purport here of this sloka. The Lord Shiva is dancing. He is not annoyed of the power of destruction. And he is empowering Virabhadra for that purpose of destroying the Daksha Yagya. He doesn't have to do it himself. He can just create one hair. He may have so many hairs on his head, but just one hair is sufficient to create one Virabhadra. So we can just try to understand what is the power of Lord Shiva, that one single hair is enough to destroy so many demigods, including Daksha and all others. The Dance of Dissolution, Tandava, Nritya. Tandava, it also refers to his drum, kettle drum that he is using to make sound so that everybody understands that this is the time of dissolution. So in this way, Prasuti becomes aware of the imminent danger of everybody at the Daksha Yagya. So Lord Krishna says that everything in the purpose, Srila Prabhupada says, everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit. Spirit is the basic field of creation, and matter is created by spirit. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development. Rather, this material world is manifested only on the basis of spiritual energy. This material body is developed because spirit is present within matter. A child grows gradually to boyhood and then to manhood because that superior energy, spirit soul, is present. Similarly, the entire cosmic manifestation of the gigantic universe is developed because of the presence of the super soul Vishnu. Therefore, spirit and matter, which combine to manifest this gigantic universal form, are originally two energies of the Lord, and consequently, the Lord is the original cause of everything. A fragmental part and parcel of the Lord, namely the living entity, may be the cause of a big skyscraper, a big factory, or even a big city, but he cannot be the cause of a big universe. The cause of a big universe is the big soul, or the super soul, and Krishna, the Supreme, is the cause of both the big and small souls. Therefore, he is the original cause of all causes. This is confirmed in Kathopanishad, Nityo Nityanam Chetanasya Chetananam. Here, Prabhupada refers to the creation of skyscrapers. So, sometimes Srila Prabhupada is describing the activities of the living entity in the developed countries, just like in America. When Srila Prabhupada came to America for the first time, but this skyline was full with very tall buildings, skyscrapers that is touching the sky. So these people are very much proud of their skyscrapers. And here in India, the skyscrapers also started to appear because everybody was of the idea that if we can build skyscraper, then we can become equal to America and other developed countries. That is a symbol of development. So Srila Prabhupada very frequently refers to these skyscraper buildings as a mark of people who are completely under the bodily concept of life, and they want to show their intelligence and their power by building such high buildings. Eventually, of course, these big buildings will be destroyed, just like in New York a few years ago. Some plane went into the building the suicide bomber and destroyed the very famous Twin Towers in New York. So this is bound to be destroyed. But still people are very proud of building these skyscrapers. This is a symbol of modern civilization. So Prabhupada very frequently mentions this as the a symbol of body consciousness, neglecting the spiritual activity, development of Krishna consciousness. They are thinking to build a skyscraper is the symbol of civilization, but they are not considering that to build a Krishna consciousness for oneself and for others, to build a society based on Krishna consciousness, that is the real civilization. That civilization which is built on God consciousness will last for many, many hundreds of years. And there is a famous author from America, his name I just forgot. Maybe I remember afterwards. But yeah, he is famous for having written a history of civilizations. And in the beginning of his book, he gives some general conclusions, what he found out about the history of civilizations throughout the world. He found out that those civilizations which are based on God consciousness live for many, many hundreds of years. And he gives many examples of such civilizations, including even Greek civilization, which lasted for many hundreds of years, because based on some spiritual principles. So those civilizations which are based on the spirit, as Prabhupada mentions here, spiritual development, if we are conscious of this, and especially conscious of the Supreme Spirit, God consciousness, that civilization is lasting. And those civilizations which are godless, they will not last. Very quickly, they will be destroyed, either by infighting, fighting with others, in so many ways, they be destroyed. So they are not lasting. That was the conclusion of this. I think his name is Will Durant. Will Durant? So that was the conclusion. So it is good to remember that Srila Prabhupada's conclusion is also, when Prabhupada came to America, he saw the skyline, all big skyscrapers. How long will it last? But to build a Krishna conscious civilization, that is lasting. That is Prabhupada's, what he has done. He went to such a country where people are in the modes of passion and ignorance. So he is writing how they will hear the message of Godhead. They are simply busy building their temporary factories and civilization. So how they will hear? Only by your mercy. Prabhupada is speaking to Lord Krishna. Only if you want, they will hear and they will be benefited. This is your message, not my message. I'm just an instrument. I'm just speaking your message. And by your mercy, if you want, if you so desire, they will hear and they will in this way become your devotees and they will develop Krishna consciousness. So that was Prabhupada's mission. That is a lasting mission. We should understand Krishna consciousness to be everlasting civilization for mankind. That is the law of Manu that he has given from the beginning. And sometimes it is obscured, and sometimes it is revived. So we should be part of this revival and be the agents of Srila Prabhupada's mission in this manner. Otherwise, simply building skyscraper and other factories, then that will not be lasting, not successful. So the Daksha Yajna is also part of the material world. It is built also with the same intention for sense gratification. There is no spiritual benefit in such yajnas. They are being organized by persons who want material power and happiness, but this is not lasting. So Daksha Yajna in this way will be destroyed, just like all the other yajnas. The only yajna which can ever be lasting is the Daksha. Yagyad bhavati parjan. Lord Krishna says, Yadyartad karmanonyata lokoyam karmabhandanaha. So on the yajna for Lord Vishnu's satisfaction, for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, that is the only lasting. Sankirtan yajna is the only lasting yajna. That will not be destroyed. But Daksha yajna and such yajna for the material prosperity, that is not lasting. That is the understanding we get from this description. Everything is subject to destruction by the power of Lord Shiva, either sooner or later. But the Vishnu Yajna, that cannot be destroyed. It will be going on in this world, and as it is going on in the spiritual world. That is the difference. Any other questions or comments? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.